Hello and welcome to another Microsoft Excel tutorial. In this tutorial, we will learn how to draw charts. So in this first tutorial, I want to be able to see what percent of the total sales made for Sales 1 category by each one of my salespeople. So for that purpose, since I'm only concentrating on a single sales for each individual, I can very well do the job with a pie chart. If I have more than one sales for each individual, then pie chart won't do the deal. I would probably have to use a column chart or a bar chart or some kind of another chart. But the pie chart is mainly used when there's one-on-one comparison. So let me go ahead and select all the salespeople along with the sales that they have made. And then right here in 2013 and 2016, you get this quick analysis button. Otherwise, if you're using older versions, you may still have to go to Insert, and then you may have to go and pick up your charts from the Charts group. Here, you can click on the charts, and you have a choice of picking a 2D pie chart or a 3D pie chart, or based on your version, you probably may also be able to do a donut chart. So if I pick a 2D pie chart, you can see it gives me a preview right over here. It color codes each of my salesperson and lists their names right at the bottom in the region what we call legend. So as I click on it, it finalizes my chart. Now I can keep my chart on the same sheet. I can freely move it wherever I want to place it. If I want to work with my chart on a sheet of its own, I can also do that. I can click on Move Chart and I can say New Sheet. After I choose New Sheet, I can give my sheet a new name. So I can say Sales 1 per salesperson. I can give a long name. Or I can give a short name, Sales 1 Pie. So I have a choice of giving any kind of a name that I wish. That will become the name of my sheet. As soon as I click OK, you will notice at the bottom, I now have a new sheet called Sales 1 Pie. I can move it around wherever I want to place it, and that is my pie chart sheet. Now I have a choice of changing the color. I have all these color choices available to me that I can pick from, or I can leave it the way it is right now. So this change color is one option. The other option you have is the chart style. This is the style that is currently picked. But if I can go to this style where each individual salesperson's name actually gets to be displayed in each piece of a pie, I can also choose this style where the salespeople names are listed on the right, where the percents are listed on each of their pieces. That means out of the total, what percent of the contribution was done by each one of these salespeople. So all these different charting styles to pick from. So let's say I pick this one, where I have the name of the salespeople on the right in the legend, and each one of the salesperson is color coded, and I can see on the pie chart whose color is what, and I can see their percents as well. Now I can click on the chart title, and I can change the chart title to whatever I would like it to be. So for example, I want it to be Sales 1 per salesperson. So once I'm done finalizing this, I can simply click out, and that becomes my pie chart with a name and the whole 9 yards. I can click on the background and I can format it. I can give it a different fill color. I have all of these different choices to choose from, and then I can give it different borders. So the same stuff that you have learned in the previous tutorials in Word when you had shapes, you can work with them, you can change their borders, you can change their style. The whole 9 yards still work over here. Now when you're working with pies, if I click on the pie once, you will notice all pieces are selected. But if I click on an individual piece once, then only that piece gets selected. So if I want to only work with this piece, I can change this piece's background color. Let's say I want it to be red. So I click on red and it changes to red. And not only here it changes to red, the person whose pie chart this is Amy. So Amy's color over here also changes to red. So you can see, I'll undo the change and you can see the difference. As I undid it, this is orange, and so did Amy became orange. Okay, now If I click outside and I click back on, you will notice all pieces are selected again. Now I can bring my mouse over the pie chart and I can press and hold the left click and I can move my mouse outwards, and you can see this big diameter, this perforated circle, right? So when I let go, you will notice that that particular piece has been taken out of the pie. Okay, so let me undo this. So now let's do it again. So I take this piece out of the pie. So as soon as I take this piece out of the pie, the rest of the pie is all stuck, but this is outside. So, you know, if you want to represent that kind of data, that this is a piece, so we're going to talk about in detail as to why it's underperforming, why it's overperforming, or whatever is the deal. And you can always bring it back to the center and let go, and it'll get put back together. So there are certain things that you can work with in terms of how you want to represent your chart. So in the design, there are some features. In the format, there are other features. It's totally up to you how you want your chart to be represented. And then if you ever decide to change your chart type, you can always go under change chart type, and then you can choose a different chart type. So that choice is also out there. So anyway, that's all for the pie charts. I'll catch you in the next tutorial. We're going to be working with the column charts, bar charts, and